the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Off to the inside, intercepted Alabama, touchdown run.
And everything college and high school sports. Now, let's join Andy, Brett, Randy, and Luke for this edition of Sports Blitz Live.
Well, hello again, everyone, and good Tuesday evening. Welcome into the latest edition of Sports Blitz Live. I am Andy Graham. Alongside Jeremy Jeffcoat, we'll be with you for the next couple of hours, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of sports. We have a national champion in college basketball.
We do.
Shockingly. The
How
Michigan
good are they?
Wolverines.
I heard some people talking historically good. I don't know if they're historically good.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, they rank up there with some pretty, as far as dominating teams. Like I told Jim today, if Lyndon Borick had been 100% healthy, it probably would have been a little bit better game.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as Michigan is concerned.
Yeah, that's true.
But he still was the second leading scorer on the team. So
Wow, he's just a fantastic player. He's also proof that people bloom at different times. I mean, here's a kid who went JUCO and then UAB, and now he looks like a bona fide NBA superstar. So
yeah,
players mature and develop at their own pace.
true. Yeah, that does happen. So we'll talk about that game a little bit. We got a great guest coming up tonight, DJ Jones.
Old friend of mine. I've known DJ for about 25 years. He and I did some sports stuff together back in Columbus, Georgia when I worked over there. He's one of those a few people, and I mean, it's not like a complete rarity. There have been a lot of people that have done this, but compared to the rest of the population, he was drafted into Major League Baseball straight out of high school. But he was also an All-American quarterback at Shaw High School in Columbus and decided to play football at Georgia, where he came in with the Herschel Walker recruiting class.
Right.
Won, I believe, 3 SEC titles and a national championship.
Part of that 80 national title.
Yeah, playing defensive back and then was drafted in the NFL. So he's been drafted in both those pro leagues. Wound up playing, I think, 4 years for the Packers and a couple of years with the Broncos.
Okay.
So I talked to him earlier today, and he's like, well, I'm not a stats guy or a recruiting guy. I said, yeah, I know that, but I'm more interested in what I expect from Georgia this year and what the Georgia fans expect from Georgia this year.
Okay.
And are they the same?
It's a good question.
Where's the Georgia fan base on this team?
Right.
It's interesting to me.
The Georgia fan base has been up in the clouds for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure they're coming down anytime soon.
And look, somebody said the other day, well, yeah, but they've been bounced in their first playoff game the last 2 years. That's true, but they've also earned like a top 4 seed. So, like, they've won the SEC the last 2 years, so 12-2 last year. So, I'm not crying in my beer over Georgia at this point. So,
Right.
But
he is now with Sports Visions doing radio, 92.1 in
does radio.
out of Columbus.
Sports Visions is kind of a sports media company, and they do golf tournaments. And matter of fact, he's got a big event next week. We'll probably ask him about that. But they do a high school athlete awards and things like that. So
Okay.
he's involved in quite a few things.
Hopefully he'll join us here in just a little while. We'll talk about that. Obviously, with the ending of the college basketball season, the opening of the portal. Already Auburn, Philip Jovic in the portal, Aiden Sherrill for Alabama in the portal.
I think those are probably pretty similar stories, if you ask me.
Okay.
I think it went something like this: coaches or a GM or whoever meets with the athlete's representative and says, "Hey, here's our plan for you. Here's what we're going to do for you." And agent or representative says, "But the open market, man. I mean, he's way up here."
Yep.
And I think that's what this is. I think both players are going to see just what their value is on the open market, and they may still come back.
When you invite agents into college athletics, this is what you get.
Yeah. Now, our buddy Justin Hokanson from Auburn Undercover tweeted earlier today that if some of the numbers that he's hearing that players in the transfer portal for basketball are asking for, it would blow your mind.
Oh, I believe it. What I mean, what are we talking about? Top dollar?
He didn't say.
He didn't say.
No. But I mean, it's not hard to guess. I mean, didn't Lindeborg say that Kentucky was willing to pay him $7 to $9 million for this year?
Well, yeah, no. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see how.
If you buy it.
If you buy it, yeah. All right, so we'll talk about that. Baseball season has arrived. The Braves are off to they were off to a pretty good start, and then they've lost 3 straight. But see if they can turn it around against the Angels tonight. We'll talk about that a little bit. Of course, college athletics in and around, whatever else we can come up with. We'd love to hear from you, though. If you got something you'd like to talk about, by all means, give us a call. 256-234-6221 is our number here.
I think Luke is going to call in with us later, and I know Alabama has their A-Day game coming up on Saturday.
Yeah.
Pretty high-profile quarterback competition going on, so the A-Day game will be interesting to follow.
Do you think it has any bearing on what?
I mean, I think it's just another scrimmage. It's the third scrimmage of spring. I think it's just another scrimmage. There will be a little more because it's a quarterback battle. There's going to be a nice crowd there.
Are they going? Is it going to be a traditional A-Day type?
It is going to be offense versus defense. That's what DeBoer said. It's not going to be a controlled practice.
Is it a one-on-one kind of thing?
He did not say. He just said offense versus defense.
Okay.
So I'm guessing it's going to be maybe the first offense against the second D and vice versa. Maybe you get a little 1 versus 1. Who knows? But
yeah.
But I'm sure they'll do one of those crazy point systems where defense gets so many points for a stop and so many points for a fumble and all that kind of thing.
Yeah, that was always I felt like kind of stupid. I can't. When
to me, put the first offense and second defense together. First defense, second offense.
Yeah,
together,
it just makes sense.
and just play a football game.
I'm
right. I mean,
when Chiswick came in and said,
take the kick returns out.
Take
the kick returns out. No contact on the quarterback. But other than that, play a football game.
Play a football game. This whole business about, if the linebacker makes a tackle and it's less than 7 yards downfield, he gets a half a point.
Yeah.
And if you get a safety, you get 12 points. And if you get an interception, you get 14 points. And what?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I think it's going to be one of those situations. I don't know what bearing it has. I'm interested to see Luke's take on it. I don't think the Alabama quarterback situation is going to be settled until I think they're going to play them both in the first game and before they make the final call. But we'll see.
Okay. Hey, the game last night, Michigan ends up winning 69-63. It was it was a very physical game. There's 2 ways that games usually go in high-profile games. Either the referees swallow their whistle or about 75 fouls are called.
Yeah.
I'd rather them swallow their whistle, but when that happens, it can get sloppy because it can get just kind of
it can get
physical.
Sloppy and it can get chippy.
And it got a little both.
Yeah.
It got a little of both. People were flying around everywhere, but it seemed like there for a while, all the game was both teams would come down the floor and miss a shot. Either get it blocked or stolen or just flat out miss. Neither team shot the ball well, but it wasn't exactly a pretty final. But the better team won.
No, I would agree. I thought UConn had a chance, quite honestly, because they have Dan Hurley and the guy just wins tournament games. So I thought they had a shot there. But Cadeau had a big game and 19 points. He was named the MVP, wasn't he?
He was.
So, it's usually when you get to this level, the bigs are great and they get you there, but you need a guard. You need a guard to have a big day.
No doubt. He definitely. He was the one. Again, if you'd have told me Michigan was going to go 2 of 15 from behind the arc, I would have said, well, how much does UConn win by? But
They also got out-rebounded, Andy.
They did. I mean, it makes you wonder how in the world they did win the game.
Yeah, 14-point edge and points in the paint. That didn't hurt.
Well, I tell you how they won the game: 25 out of 28 from the free throw line.
That did not.
Out shooting your opponent, making 25 to their 12. That's the difference in the game, really. So, congratulations to Michigan. We'll see what happens with that team. I would imagine it will look quite a bit different next year.
But they will have their coach.
They will have their coach. As the North Carolina sweepstakes has come to an end, and out of nowhere,
in a little bizarre,
Michael Malone, and of course everybody knows.
At first, I was
apparently
like,
was an NBA
They
guy.
hired Karl Malone. I thought UNC hires former NBA, Malone. I'm like, Karl Malone. So I didn't.
That would be odd.
I don't follow the NBA at all, so I had no clue who Michael Malone was. There may be somebody out there watching going, how do you not know who Michael Malone is? He's great. Like, I just don't. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't tell you anybody that's ever coached for the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
So, it wouldn't. It's not. I don't know who he is, but apparently they're impressed with him and paying him pretty top dollar. So, Michael Malone, the new head coach at the University of North Carolina.
That will be very interesting because if this hire doesn't work out,
they'll get fired.
there's
Whoever,
no question.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the same guy who brought us the Bill Belichick experience.
That's right.
So
that's true.
just saying,
Well, apparently he likes going to the professional ranks.
Apparently.
I guess. I don't know how that works.
Lenny Wilkins wasn't available. And Pat Riley out of retirement.
Maybe, yeah. All right, we got to take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Sportz Auto Sales, Highway 280 in Kellyton, Alabama, is home-owned and home-operated. If you're looking for tires, they have it. If you're looking for a vehicle, they have them. Great selection. Always out looking for more just for you, the customer. And if you're looking for service, whether you buy the vehicle from them or whether you buy the vehicle somewhere else, they do service work and got a great crew there. Keep this in mind. Don't you go by Sportz Auto Sales on Highway 280 in Kellyton today.
Craving pizza done right? Come to Lake Martin Pizza, where flavor meets the lake, with 2 locations, 63 South in Alexander City and Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Grab a 14 or 18-inch specialty pizza or build your own masterpiece. Go half and half your way. In a hurry, stop in for our lunch specials. Hot, fresh pizza by the slice, served daily. We've got more than just pizza. Try our fresh salads, cheesy breadsticks, garlic knots, and sweet cinnamon twists. Lake days, game nights, or family dinners, Lake Martin Pizza hits the spot every time.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Here at Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, we value what truly makes a home. And that's why we're proud to offer America's #1 brand of siding and exterior products. James Hardie creates possibilities with an array of colors and textures. We offer the full line of James Hardie products, from Hardie plank to artisan siding and everything in between, giving you, our customer, options to have the best. Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply, local since 1984.
Ready for an unforgettable escape? Jump into adventure at Lake Martin, Alabama. From thrilling water sports to peaceful fishing spots, it's love at first bite every time you cast your line. Want more excitement? Catch an event with our vibrant festivals, concerts, and fishing tournaments all year long. And when the sun sets, dive downtown to discover local shops, delicious dining, and warm southern hospitality. Explore Lake Martin, where every moment is an adventure waiting to happen.
Zaxby's birthday cake milkshakes are back. Just in time for Zaxby's 35th birthday, so they're gifting you half-off handcrafted milkshakes.
Happy birthday to us all.
Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes.
Who's got the sauce?
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state, options selected by customer availability, and eligibility may vary.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you, just getting started on tonight's program. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We're going to go to the Mortgage Pro Hotline and welcome in as a very special guest, Mr. DJ Jones, former Georgia Bulldog, Green Bay Packer, Denver Broncos. Who do you claim, DJ? I mean,
you know what? Believe it or not, this might sound crazy, but I claim the Atlanta Falcons, man. That was my life growing up as a child. My dad, we were homers, man. Everybody in the state of Georgia, that's who I loved. The Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs. I mean, you name it. I was a homer. But no, actually, no. Green Bay gave me my first opportunity. They drafted me again. You know, that's every little boy's dream to get drafted, to get an opportunity to play in the National Football League, and that was special.
No doubt. Hey, DJ, let me ask you this question because I'm curious where the Georgia fan. You're over there doing a talk show every morning. So you're deeply, intimately familiar with how the Georgia fan base feels, thinks. I look at Georgia and I go 12-2 SEC champions. 14 returning starters, dynamic running back, top 5 quarterback in the league, a lot of pieces back on defense. I look at this team and I go, this is a championship roster. Is that how the fans are feeling, or what are you hearing?
Well, the attitude is a little different with the Georgia fans. Winning the SEC is that's not just going to get it. These folks want to contend for a championship. Kirby has spoiled them. And with right reason, 2 natties in his 11-year tenure. But again, after all of that winning last year, 12-2, winning the SEC, they're expecting more. They're expecting more, and I don't blame them.
Yeah, they have kind of dominated the SEC. They've, made it to the SEC title game so often, but it seemed like, have trouble maybe getting over the top when they find themselves against Alabama. Finally got that out of the way a couple of years ago. But seemed like if there's going to be any competition for Georgia this year, who do you think that might be?
Well, certainly since the guy went back down to Ole Miss, got granted another year, and came to Athens and gave us fits. And, that's the quarterback, Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. I think that it's safe to say. I mean, Texas A&M, if they're on the schedule, I hadn't even looked at the schedule to see all, but I mean, there's a lot of teams in the SEC that are very capable. I mean, Alabama came to Athens last year and gave it to us, and I know that quarterback is going to go probably in the first round next year, or at least coming up in a couple of weeks. But as great as Georgia has been, and even at the 12-2 and winning the SEC championship, it's a different ball game, guys. It's a different day. The land of the portal and the land of the NIL, the collectives, has just changed the dynamics of this college game so much.
It has, and you kind of led into where I was going to go with this next question. Different schools have different philosophies on how to apply all of this. So Georgia is operating kind of the same way that Alabama's been operating, that Ohio State has largely operated, and that is heavy focus on high school recruiting and development, keeping your guys together, and then going to the portal to fill holes. Then you have other schools, Miami, Texas Tech, LSU this year. It's like I'll just go turn over half my roster and get new guys. Obviously, recruiting and development's a big part of who Kirby Smart is. That's how they're going to stick with building their program, you think, as this thing moves forward?
Well, that's what Kirby is preaching. That's what he's saying. And, he is not as staunch as Dabo Swinney because, he didn't totally neglect the portal in the first few years. But, again, he makes statements, and again, obviously, he's the GOAT right now as far as college football coaches, and not just my humble opinion. However, knowing that this modern-day athlete, these guys can get, the big bucks, at the different places, and going to the school of following the University of Georgia because and committing to Georgia because of Kirby and all of his greatness and the culture. That's just not going to be enough. I don't think that today with the prospects, high school or for that matter in the portal, they want to go where they're going to get the money. Obviously, all the bigger, a lot of programs around the country now, has money, but those second and third tier guys, man, they, retaining them, that's key. I mean, and that's what seems to be the problem with a lot of the top teams keeping their best foot forward with their rosters.
All right, let me ask you an on-the-field question then. We'll get off the portal for a second. I saw another former Bulldog, I think it was last week or the week before, David Pollock, who said, and I'm paraphrasing, but what he said was that if Gunnar Stockton does not improve as a downfield passer from the pocket, Georgia cannot win a national championship. I'm just curious your thoughts on that.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. I mean, we can't rest on the laurels. Now, he had a hell of a year. He threw for damn near 2,900 yards, almost 3,000 yards, 25 touchdowns. He ran for another 10. But, a lot of those games were, he's going to have to get better, and he's going to have to take more risk. And I'm talking about throwing the ball vertically down the field to give it his receivers. And I know that, we're going to be kind of roughshod with that, but yeah, Gunner's going to have to. He's got to be the difference maker. He has to be able to, to get the ball into those windows that he just couldn't get him in last year. And I expect him to develop into over the spring and over the summer and be that quarterback he needs to be. Otherwise, I don't think that we're going to go. Because it's just he's got to be better. He's got to be.
Well, Greg Byrne, AD for Alabama, came out last week, I believe it was, and said something that, quite honestly, I think I've said in the last several years, and that is it may be time for the SEC championship game to go away. With the implementation of the playoff, now they're talking about, of course, extending, maybe expanding the playoff a little bit. Do you have an opinion about that? I mean, I long for it. I've loved that game, but I don't know if I see – it seems like it's almost a hindrance now than it is a help.
Guys, I played in an era where obviously, there was no, divisions and all of that good stuff that they've had here in the last several years. And I've come to like and love the SEC championship game and that type of thing. But, again, I don't know if, and with the scheduling and what they're doing, I don't know if they're going to be, be in good enough shape at the end of the season after beating each other up to stay on pace with this current schedule. But I like it up to this point. However, I'm not too favorable about, playing, Three Sisters of the Poor. No pun intended. But, beating up on the SEC teams during the regular season and then going into the, the playoffs, I just don't think that these teams could sustain their rosters because, again, it's too violent. It's physical, and the SEC, obviously, that is probably the most physical conference in America. But to answer your question, I like what we had here the last couple of years with regards to having East and West, and having a playoff game and a championship game, and I like that. And again, but going into it and adding possibly more tiers of this championship, man, I tell you what, that's a little much on the body for my taste.
Yeah, it does get a little rough on the players for sure. DJ, before we let you go, I know you've got an event coming up here soon you've been working hard at for Sports Visions. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we do a wonderful job of celebrating our high school athletes, student athletes, both men and boys and girls. Obviously, with the football luncheon, and we've been 18 years strong. We started back in 90. Not what I'm talking about, 90. 2008, 9. And, of course, we started in a small hotel ballroom with about 155 people. And then, several years later, man, we had to move it to a 500 or 600 seater because in 2015 we booked Nick Saban to come in. But just a tremendous luncheon that we do. And again, I just take a page. I took a page from some of the spectacular awards lunches that I had been a part of and had experienced. And I try to do it for the high school kids in our area, not just in our listening area, but just as far as reach as we can, but to the tune of about 25, 30 schools. On the female side of things, which is what's coming up, the Female Athlete of the Year, the young ladies were not getting their due, and again, I wanted to do something similar to what we were doing for the guys on the football side. And we honored the top female athletes in the Chattahoochee Valley, in East Alabama, West Central Georgia, to the tune of about 50, 60 young ladies, 2 from each school, and it could be cheer, dance, gymnastics, golf, tennis. We really, really want to, shine a light on these young ladies, man, and they've done an incredible job. Look at what women's sports is, how it's come up in the last few years. So we were kind of ahead of the curve with regards to. I didn't think that they would have that much exposure right now, but I'm glad we did. We did it not for any other reason, but just to let them know that we loved them, we appreciated what they did, and we respected them as student athletes. And that's coming up Thursday. April the 16th, 11:30 at the St. Luke Ministry Center here in Columbus, Georgia. And our guest speaker is the former Gatorade Player of the Year, Tennessee All-American, Kenya Sue Walton, an explosive sprinter from Carver High School. And we'll do a fireside chat and have some fun as we give out the awards and honor these young ladies.
DJ Jones, Sports Visions 92.1 in Columbus. Thank you so much for the time and the insight, man. Have a great night.
Thank you guys as well.
All right.
All right, DJ Jones.
So he agrees with Pollock then, Gunnar Stockton. I think a lot of people are just like, oh, they've got Gunnar Stockton back. But I've now heard 2 former Bulldogs say it. He's got to get better attacking down the field. And I think that's an interesting – because Georgia threw a lot of like those little quick screens and that kind of thing. When you got Zachariah Branch, you can do that. But they're going to need to go downfield someday.
Bring in a hot shot quarterback and put some fire under him. That'll make him get better. That'll help him get better for sure.
Yes.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a break, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Lake Martin now has a global connection for the best in pre-owned vehicles. The all-new Global Auto Exchange is now open on Cherokee Road in Alex City next to Cazador's Restaurant and is excited to serve Lake Martin with the finest pre-owned car, truck, and SUV selection at the market's most competitive prices and most versatile finance options. Global Auto handpicks all their inventory, and with 4 lots in the region, they have a selection that won't be beat. Whether pre-owned luxury to affordable work truck, Global Auto has the vehicle for you. We reward good credit and can work with Challenge Credit to get you the ride you want. Visit the all-new Global Auto on Cherokee Road, Alex City for the best selection, pricing, and inventory.
Satterfield Outdoor Living is Lake Martin's trusted friend for your outdoor land and leisure needs. We're the region's authorized Skag mower dealer for residential and commercial lawns and offer all the small engine accessories you need with top lines of Steel, Echo, Shindaiwa, Husqvarna, and Metabo products that can tame any landscape. Satterfield is also your grill headquarters with Big Green Egg Grill, and our pros service everything in-house and back up all sales. Get the Satterfield Outdoor difference on Highway 280 right across from Tallapoosa Ford.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious 1-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you, thanks to DJ Jones, the president and CEO of Sports Vision's Marketing and Entertainment, radio host there in Columbus as well, former athlete on that 1980 Georgia national champion with Herschel. That, very fun. Very appreciate him
Also
being
got
with
to
us
play
tonight.
with one of my all-time favorite NFL players for a couple of years, the great John Elway.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if he was with the Packers in the
Packers for
mid
4
'80s.
years. Yeah. He was drafted in '84.
So I bet he played with Donnie Humphrey.
I'm sure he
Probably.
Yeah.
I think Donnie Humphrey was on those early.
I want
mid-'80s.
to say, what year did Herschel was a freshman in '80, right?
I believe so.
DJ would have been a freshman in '80. So 80, 81, 82, 83. So he would have been with the Packers '84, I believe, through '87, and then the Broncos.
That'd be
for the
about
next 2
right.
years. Yeah.
That'd be about right. All right. Okay. North Carolina hires Michael Malone. We talked about that a little bit. $8.3 million.
It's a lot of money. But like DJ said, he has won an NBA championship.
Okay.
And again, that's not nothing.
It's proven pedigree.
I really thought they would lean after what happened with Belichick last year. I really thought they would lean towards proven college winner.
Well, to be perfectly honest, nowadays, it's not really about recruiting like it used to be. It's more about, roster management and financial. So you hire a general manager to do that kind of thing. You let a guy do that's a super X's and O's kind of guy.
Look, there's schools out there that are getting creative with this stuff. I know Auburn just hired a new GM for their basketball team. The Florida football program hired the number 2 personnel guy from the Philadelphia Eagles to be their new general manager. Because nobody builds a roster like the Eagles, man.
Yeah,
so,
true.
That is when you're having to deal with and look, I don't care what anybody says. Every school has a budget, even Texas Tech, right? Every school has a budget. Now, you got to work within the constraints of your budget. Some people have more constraints than others. But everybody has a budget. I think that is going to be a huge part of college athletics. Is not going to be as much anymore about some of the other stuff as it's going to be divvying up your resources in such a way that allows you to put the most competitive roster on the field.
I think that's
and sometimes that means letting a good player go, right? Because I'd rather have 3 really good guys than this one great guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it makes sense. That it's just a different mindset everybody's got to kind of get into. Nate Oates signs a new contract. Apparently going to make him a top 5 paid coach in the country.
For the moment.
For the moment.
Look, what this is going to do, Nate Oates' new contract is going to get several other coaches' raises. That's how this game works. But look, he's the greatest coach in Alabama history. He was just in the Sweet 16 again, 4th straight year. He's been to the Elite 8 twice, been to a Final Four. won 2 SEC tournament titles, 2 SEC regular season titles. Give the man his due, pay him. You know, I mean, you don't really, you know, I mean, it's not like you're going to go out in the open market and find a better one right now. So there you go.
Who is at their current school longer from today? Nate Oates or Stephen Pearl?
Okay, one, I'd like to see another season of Stephen Pearl before I answer the question, but I know you want an answer tonight. I told you I'm undecided on Stephen Pearl, right? I don't have a strong lean one way or the other. I want to see another year. I feel like I'll have a lean on it next year. But this new contract of Nate Oates is going to have a pretty severe buyout in it. You know, his last contract had an $18 million buyout that was just getting ready to drop to 10.
Okay.
I'm sure it's probably going to go back up to 18. That's a significant buyout.
Is there any codicil about let it go to the NBA or?
I think, you know, at this point, there's a couple of things. Kentucky came after him a couple of years ago. If Mark Pope gets fired next year, they may do it again.
Yeah.
If Bill Self retires from Kansas, he doesn't seem like a Kansas guy. But keep your eye on Michigan State. I've said all along, Michigan and Michigan State are the two college jobs I worry the most about Nate Oates leaving Alabama for. But I do think he's got an itch to coach in the NBA one day. And I don't think he'll be fully satisfied till he scratches it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's going to get that opportunity. I would say, if you put a gun to my head right now, I'd say Nate Oates. But I would like to see another year of Stephen Pearl before I make a definitive statement on that.
Yeah, it could be a 3 and done. You never know.
I mean, depending on next year, it could be 2 and done. If it's just an epic disaster.
Well, I mean, if he continues to win championships, he won't go
I'm sure we're going to talk about that. I've seen so much controversy on that.
Oh, which part?
Should we hang the banner?
Oh, there's no controversy.
Of course you hang the banner.
Of course.
You won a tournament. Hang the banner.
We go ahead and take another break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense. Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
With football here, Martin's at Lake Martin is ready with the lake's best place for sports, fun, and entertainment. With your favorite teams on over 20 big screens. And Martin's is now open 7 days a week. Monday, trivia night. Tuesday, open cornhole tournaments. Wednesday, free pool. Thursday, our huge bingo night with food trucks. And every Friday and Saturday, live entertainment with food trucks. Sunday, enjoy NFL ticket with hot dogs and chili. This football season, make the best game plan. Go to Martin's on 34 in Dadeville, where every hour is happy hour.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full service repair and installation on all major brands. From drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you. A couple more segments in the first hour of tonight's program. We are brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by JR Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful place to have lunch or dinner in downtown Alexander City. Tremendous food, great atmosphere, great people there at JR's Sports Bar and Grill. Go and check them out one day this week. You'll be glad that you did. All right. Philip Jovic is entering the transfer portal. Kevin Overton tweets out he's coming back. So there's 2 dominoes for Auburn. Keyshawn Hall will not be back. Obviously, he's out of eligibility. Todd Pettiford is a big name. People, I think people just kind of assume he's gone, but no word on that yet.
I wouldn't, don't. I always say oh, there's no way he's coming back. Don't do that. There's a chance he could come back.
He's not going to the NBA.
I don't know. No, well, I mean, he could go into the draft, but he's not.
Not going to be good. Yeah. He's going to G League.
Welcome to. Yeah. But I don't know because we don't know this. What is his relationship with Stephen Pearl? Is it really good? Do they have a really good relationship behind closed doors? We don't know.
Yeah.
So, I think you have to wait and see how that plays out. I think if it was a bad relationship behind closed doors, he would already have announced.
All I was told was beforehand was, so everybody feels really great about Overton, Jovic, Freeman, and Sway all coming back.
Jovic said,
well, we're 1 for 1. I mean, we're 1-1. So I don't know we'll see about Pettiford, leaving. I don't know.
It's sort of the same thing in Alabama. You knew LeBaron Philon was going to enter the draft. He's going to be, if not a lottery pick, then right at the edge of the lottery. And so you knew he was gone, but I thought that Aiden Sherrill was probably coming back, and he may still.
Yeah.
But my guess is 6'10", 6'11", big man with 3-point range is pretty valuable out there.
Probably so.
And
I don't know. Who is Taylor Bowen?
Taylor Bowen transferred into Alabama from, I believe, Florida State.
I think that's right.
Last year. 6'9"-ish, 6'10", maybe. Long arms, lengthy guy. Was hurt a lot of this season. When he was healthy, Flash looked pretty good. I think they thought he was going to be a better rebounder and defender than he was. But again, he had some nagging injuries. So I don't know. I'm a little bit surprised he's leaving because I thought he might be an affordable piece they would bring back. And again, may still. I did see where Alabama's expected to land center from Tennessee, who is actually a nephew of Brody Croyle.
Okay.
Interestingly enough. So, there's so many moving parts in college basketball right now, and you can wake up in the morning and Aiden Sherrill posts a graphic that he's on his way back to Tuscaloosa.
True.
Something tells me they disagreed on his value.
Probably so. That was, and that's the other thing too, that I was told it was the agent was the one pushing Jovic that said you're worth $2 million, and Auburn said probably not.
You're right.
So,
see, but take a look.
But now somebody might pay him that.
Like you take a look at like an Aiden Sherrill, right? Valuable, big body, big man with 3-point range. Michigan's losing a lot of bigs. Florida's losing a lot of bigs. There are big schools out there losing a lot of bigs.
Yeah, Florida losing that big 7'9" giant.
Yeah.
How can he not be? How could he have not played any more than he did?
He's got the coordination of a baby deer. I've seen him play.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. Well,
like I said, coordination of a baby deer.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Sometimes that happens, right?
There's usually a price to pay for. You don't see humans; they're not supposed to be 7'9".
That's right.
8 feet tall is, it's probably not going to work out too well. Okay, so we were talking during the break, and Luke and I were talking about this, and he may call in a little bit later on the show, but we could talk about it. But the NIT championship, you mentioned it before the break. There's no controversy at all to me about it. You, of course, you hang a banner. You won the tournament. You won a championship.
Yep.
You won a trophy.
Yep.
It's a banner. First time you've ever done it.
If you win the East Alabama West Georgia Holiday Invitational played in Smith Station, and you win that tournament, you hang a banner. And I'm not discounting the NIT thing, but I've said this all along. You'll back me up because I said it on the Auburn Blitz. Yes, I think they should play in the NIT. My reasoning was you still have basketball games that you can play with some players who are going to be with you next year. Everybody on the roster is not gone.
Mm-hmm.
Some people on that roster are going to be with you next year. And quite frankly, Stephen Pearl is a first-time head coach. The more he coaches, the better he's going to get at coaching.
Yeah.
Because being a head coach and being the first guy on the bench is not the same. So, I encouraged Auburn to take the NIT bid because I thought it was the right thing to do for those reasons. And I stand by it. They had they gotten an NCAA bid, great. They should have taken that too.
Mm-hmm.
NIT, disappointment of not making the big dance, but you still, you get a chance to continue to develop your program.
And maybe, just maybe, they figured out that, for once, they blew a big lead and it didn't come back to bite them. They were able to finish it off in overtime, but they got to figure that out. And this is, again, the more you play, like you said, you end the season on a 5-game winning streak. You got to figure out how to close out games a little bit better than they've done.
The best coaches in college basketball, that doesn't happen very often.
What's
right?
that? Blowing leads?
Blowing big leads.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen very often.
Well, it happens to John Shire.
It happens to John Shire. And a lot of people are questioning John Shire.
They are.
As well they should. But that's what I'm saying. Stephen Pearl is still a work in progress as a head coach. You did not hire a finished product.
Yeah.
So, when you hire a work in progress, you take your lumps along the way. But, that's blowing big leads. And everybody always, if the players would have done this, players would have done that. It's the coach's job to get them there and to train them to be able to handle those moments.
Yep.
So Stephen Pearl's got to figure that out. Look, I got nothing against Stephen Pearl. I'm rooting for him. Seems like a nice young dude. I got no problem with him. But I think, I think next year will be very, revealing for Auburn fans and everyone else on where the program is really headed under his direction.
Well, and it's going to be his team. I mean, a little bit more constructed to his liking.
And let me say this, NCAA tournament, with the resources that Auburn has and the way the program's set up now, an NCAA tournament appearance should be the bare minimum expectation every year.
I would agree.
Look, you might sneak in there as an 11, but you made it, right?
Yeah.
You might go in as a 4 and make a little run, but making the tournament should be a minimum expectation, I think, for that program.
All right, we got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Two Rivers Lumber Company has a proud heritage in the state of Alabama and is excited to announce we are opening a new facility in the Lake Martin area late 2025. Our company specializes in southern yellow pine dimension lumber, and we plan to employ over 150 in our new community of Lake Martin. Two Rivers Lumber Company is a family-run business with over 45 years of service to the state. And we are happy to become a part of the Lake Martin community and want to wish the best of luck to all area athletic teams in all competitions. Two Rivers Lumber, Lake Martin's newest community partner, coming soon.
What makes Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadilla so giant? Crispy fingers, sauce, and melty cheese. cheese. Zaxby's Giant Chicken Finger Quesadillas. Who's got the sauce?
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll today at 256-378-6631 or visit him on Highway 280 in Childersburg. Prices vary by state, options selected by customer availability, and eligibility may vary.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear the roads of Alabama calling. And Sarah Honda has your answer. Serving you for over 40 years with one of the largest Honda and pre-owned inventories in the state and the Sarah Promise. Our best deal when you buy or trade, a 72-hour exchange policy, a no-hassle trade-in promise. Written offers are good for 7 days. And our best service promise. Our factory-certified technicians help keep your vehicle running smoothly. That's why Alabama can be yours to discover in a new vehicle from Sarah Honda in Sylacauga.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. We're brought to you each and every Tuesday evening by Sunshine Heating and Air. For all your heating and cooling needs, give Kevin Keel and his crew a call today. It is spring, but summer is on the way. Certainly want to make sure that unit is in good working order. For sure, Sunshine Heating and Air can help you out with all of your needs. Give them a call. Wonderful company to be associated with. All right, the Atlanta Braves, 6-5, won the series to opener against the Royals at home, won the series against the A's, split with the Diamondbacks, and then lost the first one with the Angels here. They played tonight at 8:30. Kind of a match unit as far as the pitching staff's concerned.
It has
kind of out of the gate.
been pretty encouraged with what's his name, Bryce.
Pitcher or
yeah.
Renato Lopez has been pretty good.
Renato Lopez has been pretty good, but there are two that I have been really impressed with. Grant Holmes is one. I think he's really well. Grant Holmes being one, and the other.
I know who you're
talking
about.
Who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Has been a lot more consistent this year, so I think that bodes well, right? If you can keep Sale upright and maybe Steven Strider gets back.
Is he ever going? Is he just? I hope this is not one of those. Another one of those guys for the Braves that just all the potential in the world. Of course, I mean, you know, one of the guys they did face, they played Soroka. He's with the Diamondbacks. He's actually pitching again.
Yeah.
I think they won that game against them, but Bryce Elder. Yeah, came to me there. All right, so this then, and bear in mind now, you know, the Marlins, the Mets, and the Phillies are all 6-4. The Braves are 6-5. The Nats are 4-6. So everybody's kind of, you know, just kind of ambling.
Nobody's off to
a race. Yeah, race start here. But this is without Ronald doing pretty much anything so far.
Or Riley.
Or Austin Riley. I mean, they're batting 162 and 175, respectively. Neither one has a home run yet. I don't think so.
And it's kind of, you know, my old saying, right? The old Bobby Cox line: "The baseball card doesn't lie." I feel like those two guys are going to hit.
I would hope.
I can't imagine that, you know, they don't.
I will go out on a limb, JJ.
Yeah.
Ronald Acuna will not finish the season with 0 home runs.
Oh, no. I don't think Ronald Acuna will finish the season with less than a 250 average, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think that's
Could he have a 255, 260 kind of year? He could. Same thing for Riley. He could hit 240, 250.
Yeah.
With Riley, I'm okay if you give me 250. Hit me 35 home runs, So, Ronald, it's a little different. I need you out there stealing bases. I need your OBP to be pretty good. But, the question now we find out about Walt Weiss. He sat Riley down the other night. So he's not seeing the ball real well. We're going to sit him for a game, let him watch. Which is a little different than the Snitker approach.
Yeah.
But we'll see how Walt Weiss handles those two, and do you move Ronald out of the leadoff spot? And if you do, what kind of response does that get you from one Ronald Acuna?
Yeah. Does Ronald want to hit leadoff? Is that
he's been there so long.
He seems the prototypical 3 guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But we've never put him there. It seems like I thought that was all about Snit. I thought that was
when Ozzie Albies first came up. I said, man, here is a fast little dude with some power that can hit from both sides of the plate. He's leadoff material for the next 10 years. He is not a leadoff hitter. He is the epitome of Willie Mays Hayes and having to do push-ups every time you pop one up.
True.
It's like, why can't you put a ball on the ground?
It's something.
You're closer to it. You should be able to put a ball on the ground.
That's true. Yastrzemski has been,
I think pretty good.
Pretty decent. For kind of solidifies left field out there. You don't have to worry about that each and every night. So Michael Harris is, who knows? I mean, that guy. You want to talk about the epitome of a streak hitter?
Yeah.
I mean, toward the end of the second half of the year last year when he came back, there's nobody hotter in the entire Major League Baseball that was, swinging a better bat than him. He comes out.
You projected Baldwin to lead the team in home runs, didn't you?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, Drake Baldwin is the real deal.
Hey, he's a player, man. It is one of those things that, I wasn't buying it, and I'm starting to buy it now.
What's wrong with Murphy? He's hurt, right?
Yeah, I think he's.
They didn't deal him, did they? Yeah.
No, they haven't dealt him yet.
Okay.
Hey, look, he's my age. He's out there. He's trying. He's giving it his all.
Yeah. I don't think he's that old, is he?
Yeah, no, he's not. It feels like it sometimes.
Maybe so. All right. So the Braves, 8:30 tonight, and then they play at 3 tomorrow afternoon. Come home and face I put the Indians, but that's just got out of reflex. The Guardians. Yeah. And then they play the Marlins at home for 3, and then at the Phillies. So it should be an interesting few series here.
Split with the D-backs wasn't bad. You need to get this one tonight on the Angels. Even that series up. You don't want to go worse than 1 and 2 out there on this, and with the Angels, and then then you come back home for 6, and see where you are.
Absolutely. Brewers looks like they're picking up where they left off at the end of the season last year, 8-2. The Dodgers doing the same. I mean, if the Dodgers don't win 100 games, with the roster and the talent that they have, somebody's in trouble. They ought to fire Dave Roberts.
Yeah. Yeah. Cubs are off to a
Cubs kind of start.
It's not even June yet.
That's true. All right. We'll go ahead and take a break, but never fear. We'll be back with hour number 2 of Sports Blitz Live right after these messages.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
If you haven't been to Big B Barbecue in Alex City, then you're missing the best barbecue around. Big B has everything from the best pulled or chopped pork, chicken, and beef to cheeseburgers and grilled chicken salads. Bring your friends and family out for a great dinner and sit outside on our beautiful patio, or sit inside and enjoy your meal by the fireplace. So come in and join us and enjoy the best barbecue in the area only at Big B Barbecue, located on Highway 22 West in Alex City.
At Central Alabama Community College, we provide a quality education that will set you up for success. Whether you're pursuing a degree or advancing your career with technical training, CAC offers premier programs at 4 campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. From industrial, electronics to machining, our students are prepared for the workforce or further education. At CAC, you'll enjoy vibrant campus life, exciting athletics, and personalized support, all at an affordable price. Your future starts here at CAC. Apply today.
Glory's Furniture Express, your expressway to savings. Come on, get on board. Glory's Furniture saves you more. We try harder in every way, so drive a little and save today. Glory's Furniture Express, your expressway to savings.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open, located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area, and they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all: Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
Hi, I'm Abby Guy, Vice President at Riverbank and Trust. They say that most banks offer the same products, but Riverbank offers something most can't: personal connection. We love getting to know our customers by name and making them feel special with every interaction. It's a feeling of warm hospitality you won't find anywhere else. Experience it for yourself.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. Again, brought to you each and every Tuesday by JR Sports Bar and Grill and Sunshine Heating and Air. Appreciate all of our sponsors. We could not do the show without them. Got to catch up with DJ Jones, with the former Georgia Bulldog. In the first hour of tonight's program. If you missed that, you can certainly go back, check out our YouTube page, and check out that interview. Pretty interesting. Get his thoughts.
DJ is very much into this NIL era, right? And how people are adjusting to it, what it's going to take to adjust to it, who's struggling with it, who's, and it's, and I do think that is something to keep a very sharp eye on. I mean, We've already seen one casualty. I mean, we know Dabo Swinney has not adjusted well.
No.
And it could very well. I mean, if he's 7-5 for 2 more years, is he gone?
I would think yes.
Yeah.
If not just stepping down voluntarily.
Yeah.
Saying, look, a typical kind of I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
You know. So we'll see what happens with that, but. Spring football going on right now as well. That something that we all look forward to. Just kind of a little shot.
One note from spring football.
Okay.
I read, and I don't remember who posted it. It was one of the national reporters. I don't think it was Andy Staples, but anyway, Sam Levitt made a social media post. And where he said
LSU quarterback Sam
Levitt, where he said, because it was a big deal because Lane Kiffin had announced that Sam Levitt will not be participating in any of the spring practices.
Okay.
Sam Levitt then made a social media post and said, I just had 2 pins removed from my foot after the surgery. No, I did not re-injure myself, because there were people speculating, oh, did he re-injure the foot? But here's the problem. Remember last year, everybody was so high on DJ Lagway and how good he looked at the end of the year before. And man, you know, he's coming back now full year as a starter, but then he missed all of spring practice with an injury. Missed most fall camp with an injury. Never really looked comfortable.
And I remember having a guy on, I think it was me and you, from Florida, and we were saying, you know, he'd kind of get certain. He said, I'm sick of kind of hearing that.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't always get hurt. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. And now he's a Baylor Bear.
Yeah.
But I look at the Sam Levitt situation. There's a lot of people riding high on LSU right now. Oh, they're a playoff team. Oh, a national championship contender. Sam Levitt in that offense. Sam Levitt hadn't practiced in that offense yet, and he's not going to all spring.
But he's taking mental reps.
It's not the same. And then, how healthy is the foot going to be in fall camp? The Liz Frank injury is not an easy one to recover from. We've seen athletes struggle with it. I just wonder how much of Sam Levitt is going to be now. They picked up the backup from USC, Husan Longstreet, and maybe he comes in and maybe he just saves the world and does a Trinidad Chambliss and, you know, whatever. But I think LSU's counting a lot on Sam Levitt, and I worry that this injury is going to put his development way behind. And you know, if LSU goes 8-4 this year, every LSU fan should be ticked off about that, because you just went out and spent $40 million on that roster, and that same roster next year is going to cost you $55.
Wow. It's a fair point. I mean, just because a guy's a veteran at Arizona State and he's been around, you know, coming into a new place, like I said, you can study a playbook as much as every day, all day, but until you get out and throw the passes and work in the offense until you get comfortable with the offensive line. I mean, there's so many different factors.
Lane Kiffin and Kenny Dillingham do not run the same offense.
No.
And look, they both have a little QB run built in, and that's Sam Levitt's game. But how reliable is QB run with Sam Levitt this year, coming off of Liz Frank surgery? Just had 2 pins removed from his foot. You know, to me, I am cooling the jets on LSU till further notice. I want to see what happens when they get to fall camp.
Yeah, I think that's a fair.
Those are the nuggets you get out of spring practice sometimes that you go, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
You know, and that one to me looks like that could be a problem.
Alabama a little bit ahead of Auburn as far as scheduling. I think about a week. They started a week early, so they'll finish up a week early. But what are you hearing so far? What do you?
I mean, I take in a lot of information on it. I am one, and this is, you know, the Alabama fans watching are just going to hate me for saying it. I'm a Kalen DeBoer fan. I like the guy. I think he's a stand-up dude and a hell of a good football coach. I don't know if he's top 4 or 5 in the country, but he ain't number 11 either. Does that make sense?
Okay.
I think he is somewhere in that 6 to 9 range of best coaches in the country. And he may be better than that, but he's only been a head coach at the FBS level for 4 years. So, or at the Power 4 level for 4 years.
How long was he at Washington?
He was at Washington for 2 years. He was at Fresno before that for 2 years.
Okay.
So this is 6th year as a big time college coach, 4th year in the Power 4. So, or this will be 5. I like the moves they made. I thought the Adrian Clem hire, the offensive line coach, is a brilliant hire. This guy's a great offensive line coach. He was at Oregon. He was at the New England Patriots. He was at the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was at UCLA, and he was at SMU. So there's no reason he won't be a good offensive line coach at Alabama. I think he will help fix a lot of their issues. I think DeBoer did a good job of adding pieces defensively and offensively that more fit what they like. A lot of the guys that left, people freaked out, the guys that were hitting the transfer portal. They were Saban guys, and they were recruited to fit Saban's system. And while some of them are very talented 5-star recruits and all that, DeBoer and his staff like taller, longer defensive linemen. Saban like that nose guard to be 6'2", 6'3", and about 335, right? It's just a different kind of thing. So, yeah, I like Kalen DeBoer. I like the moves he made this offseason. I like what they did in the portal, and I like the fact that they kept both quarterbacks to let them compete for the job. And either one, whoever wins it's going to be the quarterback there for the next 2 years. So there's some continuity available to you. So I think it looks to me like a 9-3 team just because it's very, very young. And if they have some injury problems, wouldn't surprise me if they went 8-4. I think they also could win 10 or 11. So I want to see, but they look like a 9-3 team to me.
Yeah. You got a preference on quarterback?
I don't. Whichever one gives you the best chance to win.
Who do you think that might be?
I think it's Keelan Russell. I mean, there's a reason why he was a 5-star plus coming out of high school and the highest rated recruit in the history of Alabama football, and that's crazy when you think about it. I think to me, and I haven't heard anybody make this comparison yet, and I don't know why, but just in the limited amount that I've seen him play, he looks like a little bit bigger version of Caleb Williams. That's who he comps like to me. And man, when he does that, I mean, the ball just, it's like it's shot out of a cannon. He can really sling it. So, and then can run a little too. 6'3", 202 pounds, something like that. So, yeah, I think I don't have a preference, but Keelan Russell to me, I think is the one that gives him the better chance to be dynamic offensively. I think he'd be solid with Austin Mack. I don't know if he gives you the dynamics that a Keelan Russell gives you.
Yeah. All right. Well, you think they'll know
here's the question,
at the end of spring?
Is Byron Brown going to win the quarterback job at Auburn?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure. Yeah, no. I don't think they'll make a decision in the spring. I don't think they'll make a decision maybe a week to 10 days before the first game. That was about when they said last year Ty Simpson's going to be the quarterback.
Okay.
But it wouldn't surprise me. It's happened at Alabama before in recent history. I mean, A.J. McCarron and Star Jackson split time in the season opener. Jalen Hurts and
whatever happened to Star Jackson?
I don't know. I know he went to Georgia State at one point, but I don't know whatever became of that. But then
I'd completely forgotten about him.
Yeah, and he was he was much more highly rated than AJ. So,
yeah,
but McCarron beat him out, and then a few years later with Jalen Hurts and kid that transferred to Arizona, but that was one where Jalen Hurts didn't start that first game, but the other quarterback wasn't getting it done, so you bring him in and you give him a shot, and I think he started for 2 years.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
If you're tired of the same old and you're hungry for something really good, then it's time to go to JR's Sports Bar and Grill. JR's has the best fingers and wings around, and their menu is loaded with appetizers, burgers, salads, and so much more. Follow JR's on their Facebook to keep up with their live music events and drink specials. And if after a long day you just want to stay in, remember JR's delivers. Call in your order at 256-329-2328. JR Sports Bar and Grill, 145 Alabama Street in Alexander City. Adams Motorsports of Montgomery knows it's the best time to ride. Right now, get the best deals on all of our Suzuki and Kawasaki street bikes, side-by-sides, four-wheelers, and dirt bikes. Adams Motorsports has it all, and our inventory is vast. Get out there, ride the streets and trails, and let Adams Motorsports make your pleasure our business. With family customer service and service after the sale. It's time to ride, so come see us on Eastern Boulevard, Montgomery, or online at adamsmotorsports.com.
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. who press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
There's only one clear choice in the Lake Martin area for plumbing, heating, and air. That's All Clear Plumbing and Air. Our professionally trained technicians offer full-service repair and installation on all major brands, from drips to water heaters, thermostats to entire air conditioning and heating systems, and everything in between. Our fast, reliable, and guaranteed top-notch customer service will keep you informed and up to speed through the entire process. Call us today or look for us on Facebook and Instagram at All Clear Plumbing and Air, 256-496-2056. License number 19172.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. About 45 more minutes left in tonight's show. Give us a call, 256-234-6221, if there's anything on your mind, if you want to comment about any of the things that we've talked about
I thought Luke
so
was
far.
on the show tonight.
Luke's, yeah, Luke's always here and there. I'll text him and see if he wants to join in.
Where
the
was he at?
I think he went to Charlotte. He's always. It's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah.
He's here and there and yon, delivering or trying to deliver or taking an order for some sort of fountain or some sort of iron work.
There you go.
But he is a Paul McCartney band on the run. Talking about spring football, the Auburn Tigers halfway through. Alex Golish's first spring. Yes, I believe the A-Day game will be the 18th. Interesting to see how things are kind of lining up. Auburn had their first scrimmage this past week. First time to be perfect, I'm sure they've done it before. First time I can ever remember them having a scrimmage at night. The first scrimmage. It seems like later in practice you see that sometimes. But anyway, the first game's going to be at night. So,
what are the notes from the scrimmage? I haven't read any notes from the scrimmage.
Typical what you would think you would hear. Defense a little bit ahead of the offense. DJ Durkin. I have been very encouraged that people seem to be pretty impressed with the defensive line. That was one of the positions that I was concerned about.
Yeah.
Obviously you got Xavier Atkins and Bryce Dees and Elijah Melendez coming back at linebacker. Riddick will be back as well. He's not participating because of a shoulder, and then you've got some guys that really got Eric Winters and New Boy Fagans at safety that got a lot of experience. So now cornerback could be an issue. You lose your two best cornerbacks, but Rayshawn Pleasant, I feel pretty good about him. Blake Woodby, I think, has stepped up as a sophomore or a redshirt freshman. And that side of the ball looks pretty good. So, but they brought in some Cody Siegler from some lower division places, but that can be not a bad thing because if they're the best on that team.
This is one of the things I think where we've got to adjust our way of thinking as fans.
Yeah.
Because we've been so conditioned to follow recruiting, 4-star guy, 5-star guy, whatever. The portal is a whole other animal because oh, well, this guy was a 5-star coming out of high school. Well, he's transferring because he couldn't get on the field for 2 years. There are different, I think, and this is something that the recruiting services have to work on. It's not me. I don't do that for a living. But the recruiting services, to me, have to figure out a better way of gauging a portal class. I think you and I talked about this last time we were together. Georgia was rated the 53rd best portal class in the country.
Right.
But they didn't need a lot.
Yeah.
But the guys they got can be very impactful, right? They got a big body wide out to stretch the field, picked up an edge rusher or two.
Yeah.
But the guys they got can be very impactful for what Georgia needed. They just didn't need a lot. So they get ranked 53rd in the portal, and people go, well, Georgia's just too cheap to spend money. No. I guarantee you the players that came back from last year's team, those 14 returning starters, all got raises. Every one of them. So it doesn't mean you're cheap if you're not filling up your team with 30 transfers. It means you like what you have, and I chose to pay them. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, retention of roster is as much now. That's why, like you say, everybody recruiting was an industry of its own, by itself, and people used to look so forward to that, and it was all about what are you bringing in now. Now it's about how much can you keep of what you have. And
sometimes you got to go looking for, and it's not like, I heard somebody the other day, I think it was Taylor on the next round talking about Alabama shopping at the $5 CD bin. It's like, no, really not.
Yeah.
Like the defensive lineman from USC was not a cheap pickup. The nose from Oregon was not a cheap pickup. Noah Rogers at NC State, the wide receiver, not a cheap pickup. So, but it's because we've been so conditioned to, they signed 3 5-stars and 14 4-stars. And then you go in the portal and you go, well, this guy was only a 3-star recruit, and this guy's only played G6 ball, and this guy was an FCS player. Stop. Look at the player. Stop looking at the ranking.
Yeah.
And it's going to have to – I think that's something the recruiting industry's got to – I think they've got to make an adjustment, sort of wrap their minds around, okay, it's not the same a guy that's 3 years into his college career and hasn't played, even though he was a 5-star coming out of high school. There's a reason he hadn't played, and we need to adjust to that.
Oh yeah, it's a lot easier to.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, it's a lot easier, or it's a lot more impactful that you can evaluate talent.
Yeah.
But you can see it a lot better in college now. You really need to be a great evaluator to project what a guy's going to do from high school. But, hey, you can watch what a guy does on the college level and say, I don't care if he was a 2-star. Look, it's Derek Marks. I mean, look, Courtney Taylor.
Absolutely.
That guy will produce. So I can work with that. So.
And that's what drives me crazy in portal season in football is fan bases are – everybody was unhappy except for LSU because they went out and spent the most money, right? They went out and spent $40 million, and look at this edge rusher we got, and look at this left tackle we got, and we got Sam Levitt, and we got this, and we got that, and it's like, do you even know if these guys are going to fit together well and play well, or, but, we spent $40 million. Well, congratulations, I guess.
We'll see what that was worth.
Let's see how that works for you.
How much is that going to average out to a win?
I mean, did I read correctly that Auburn had a $12 million basketball roster this year?
That's what I was told,
NIT champs.
Yeah. There you go.
I mean, it's not that like I said, I think people we're going to have to get used to evaluating it differently.
Yeah. Well, now, I mean, and that's the thing. If Auburn had a $12 million roster and we were only essentially playing 6 or 7 guys, and some other teams had much cheaper rosters and they were playing 10 guys, something don't add up.
Yeah.
Something's missing, as Frank Costanza would say.
Right. And it's the same way in football, right? Because
look, how much Indiana pay? I mean, they're the new model, right?
Yeah, those guys from James Madison did not come with heavy price tags. Now, they spent money on Fernando Mendoza.
Yeah.
But, even Indiana folks will tell you, we don't spend what you think we do. Everybody's under the impression that Indiana's out there rolling out $30 and $40 million rosters, and they're not.
No.
They're just evaluating really well and spending when they do spend money, it's in the right spot, right? You went and got a guy that won the Heisman Trophy. Miami, you could say the same thing, even though I think there were other quarterbacks that could have got them that far besides Carson Beck, but that's a story for another day. But
yeah,
I don't know. We're gonna have this whole thing. It's forcing us to have to reevaluate how we look at it. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately. All right, we got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
Along with fall, there's huge falling prices at Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor for all your tractor, implements, and riding lawnmower needs. All remaining Spartan mowers must go for next year's models. And besides the year-end low prices, you can still get 0% interest up to 60 months. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor also has a huge selection of Mahindra tractors of all sizes with full implements packages that range from harvest or just getting your hunting site prepped. Mahindra also has up to 84 months 0% financing. So now's the time. Score big with the Lake's exclusive Spartan and Mahindra dealer. Lake Martin Tractor and Outdoor, Highway 280 across from the Home Depot.
L&M Pawn and Gun, located in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, is East Alabama and West Georgia's complete gun, tactical, and pawn shop. It invites the region to shop over 500 firearms in stock, on the floor, and ready for sale at the market's best values. At L&M Pawn and Gun, we specialize in all tactical guns, equipment, and parts, including AK-47 and AR-15s. Specialized parts for tactical guns as well as suppressors and other parts you can't find anywhere. L&M Pawn and Gun has it all in the USA Factory Stores in Opelika, or shop online, lmpawnandgun.com. Craving pizza done right? Come to Lake Martin Pizza, where flavor meets the lake, with 2 locations, 63 South in Alexander City and Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Grab a 14 or 18-inch specialty pizza or build your own masterpiece. Go half and half your way. In a hurry, stop in for our lunch specials. Hot, fresh pizza by the slice, served daily. We've got more than just pizza. Try our fresh salads, cheesy breadsticks, garlic knots, and sweet cinnamon twists. Lake days, game nights, or family dinners, Lake Martin Pizza hits the spot every time.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We're located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in tonight's show. Again, thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. 256-234-6221 is our number. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. We'll take a little detour here and do something a little fun. We usually finish up with this, but I've got several of them tonight because it is a lot of happy birthdays today. And I'll go. You mentioned it, so we'll go right to it. John Oates,
Great mustache,
cheesy mustache and all. Hall and Oates.
Still, by the way, the most successful duo in rock and roll history.
And so sad they hate each other now.
Yeah, there's been some problems, but you know.
And I don't. It all came back to like the ownership of the songs or the cut of who got the much?
Like
yeah,
that,
it came down to money, I think. So it was just sad. But nonetheless, happy birthday today to John Oates, born on this day, 1949. So he getting on up there.
He is same age as my late father would have been.
Really, 76.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's just go down through. These are just some of the ones. Hey,
I'm not gonna stray from the list, even though I am a Hall & Oates absolute fanatic.
Is that right?
Oh God, yes.
Now I took these from a list that claimed these were the top. They were top 10, and I took the 9 that specifically I liked.
They're definitely up there.
Okay.
She's Gone should probably be on the list. But
She's Gone should probably.
that's the one notable exception I would make.
Okay.
But I'll rank from just what we have.
All right. Private Eyes, classic. Maneater. I used to have that record. I still have it somewhere.
The full album.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Kiss on my list. Family Man.
Leave me alone. Know the song well?
Rich Girl.
Great one.
Yep. Sarah Smile.
Beautiful. Let's do this. Why don't we talk to Luke?
Okay.
And then we'll come back.
Well, you can ponder it too, because it's going to take some.
Yeah.
Hey, caller, you're on Sports Blitz Live.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing?
All right.
How are you?
I'm just wondering if y'all have seen that there are almost 3,000 people, 3,000 players in the basketball transfer portal.
I have heard it, yes.
It's just so ridiculous at this point. And look, I don't know how to fix it though. I mean, I give up on trying because look, the arguments about players should be able to make whatever they make based on their name, image, and likeness is kind of hard to dispute. You can't. It's really difficult to put a cap on that, if you ask me. You don't have a cap. You have a salary cap when it comes to the major league sports, but you don't have a cap on what they can make in terms of advertising.
Right.
And because of the way that the college is set up, I mean, I think there may be even more opportunity for kids in college when it comes to advertising, because there will be folks that will contribute just to help get that kid signed to a particular place. And, the other thing that's not going to help is the fact that Michigan just won the national championship without one single player of any consequence who is a quote-unquote Michigan lifer. I mean, Namari Burnett is one of the guys that's been there the longest, and he transferred from Texas Tech and Alabama and then on to Michigan last year. So Morrow was from UCLA, Johnson was from Illinois, Yaxel Lindenberg was from UAB. I mean, Cadeau was from North Carolina. And so what it means is that all this talk that we've been doing for years about, hey, build chemistry and have some pride in your university and the name on the front of the jersey instead of the back of the jersey, all that's sort of out the window. And I know it's not a fail-safe way to win the tournament every year, because last year, Florida, they had some guys that had been in their system for some time, with Condon and Howell and all those guys. They've been in the Florida system for a little bit, but it feels like you're going to win a championship much more likely the Michigan way this year than any other way going forward.
Luke, I've said it for a long time. The problem is not the players getting paid. The problem is that you have unlimited, unrestricted free agency. And until you fix that by either forcing people to honor contractual obligations or by limiting the number of free transfers, as has been talked about, until you fix that, the problem's not going away, because you're not going to ever find a way to legally withhold someone from making money on their own image. You're just not.
There's no way.
There's no legal way to do it. So the fix has to be in this ridiculous system we have where before and after every season, I'm deciding where I'm going to play next. there has to be a limit. I like the one free transfer rule. I even like the one in the executive order about one free transfer. And then if you get a 4-year degree, you get another shot to transfer for you last year. I'm even okay with that as a bargaining chip. But that, to me, is where the fix has to start. It's less about the money than it is about this ridiculous, unrestricted free agency.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. And, in fact, I would take it a step further and just say you get one free transfer. You get 5 years to play 5, and you get one transfer.
That's the Tuberville model, yeah.
And anything else you want to do, you've got to sit. If you want to transfer again, you have to sit here, even if you get the 4-year degree. I don't think that should be necessarily a reward, because people will find some loophole with that. So I think we need to find as many hard and fast rules as we will legally be allowed to have. But I think you're right. The best thing would be that you don't move around from school to school to school to school. Kevin Overton, I know he's coming back to Auburn, but I forget where he was first, and then he went to Texas Tech, and now he's at Auburn, and he's going to be there 2 years, and that's great. He's a good player. But Aiden Sherrill is at Alabama for 2 years. Alabama gets him to where, hey, he's really coming on. He developed quite nicely this year. Well, I mean, it sounds like one of his home state teams is going to pay him close to $3 million, and Alabama's like, hey, if we do that, we're giving you essentially 1/4 of our budget for everybody else.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that. I mean, at least Alabama can't. Now, Michigan might be able to, because they might want to spend $20 million on a roster. But it's just it's a shame to see it come down to this, and the fact that you can't really. It's so hard to really put your arms around a team anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, Keyshawn Hall is a poster boy. I mean, he's the T.J. Finley of basketball, going from one school every year. And I'm glad he was at Auburn, and he helped Auburn, and Auburn wouldn't have gone as far as they did without him. And but he's just the days of me looking at a guy and saying, thinking back on, oh yeah, he was an Auburn guy. I didn't even know what that is anymore. But yeah, you bring it up, and all we're going to look at now is every time somebody wins a championship in football or basketball, we're going to say, well, okay, they bought the champion. Who's going to buy the championship this year? On one hand, I look at that and I say, okay, and then there's Indiana, and so I don't know how you factor those two things in, and because I mean, yeah, okay, they spent the money, they went out and bought a quarterback, but that whole roster wasn't really. You can't say that they technically bought a championship, I guess.
No, I don't think you can, but now that does bring up another point, and almost a segue to how much blame do you think Greg Sankey should get for the fact that the Big Ten has overtaken the SEC? And I say that because the Big Ten just won a basketball championship for the first time since the early 2000s with Michigan State. They won the women's basketball championship. Now, they did it with a Pac-12 team that essentially just came over a year or two ago, but if Oklahoma wins the softball championship, where Texas won it last year, you can dang be sure the SEC is going to claim that. Then they have a baseball team that is ranked number 1 in the country in UCLA. They have 2 softball teams in the top 7, so while the SEC dominates the 1 through 4 slots, I think number 5 and number 7 are both from the Big Ten. They won the men's soccer tournament, I think it was, that I saw. They won, obviously, the college football playoff, and the SEC really wasn't even a threat to win that this year, it seems like. So it's very frightening. And the Big Ten, by the way, has won the last 3 national championships in football with 3 different teams. So my point is, what has happened to the SEC, which was doing all these types of things just 3 or 4 years ago? And, the easy answer, the answer that most, I think, lazy minds will say is, well, now everybody's playing players. No, everybody was doing that anyway. We all know about that. That's fine. That's an old joke, and it's sort of, throw it out the window. But I think that now the Big Ten has capitalized on a few things that they have come into. For instance, Oregon They just got a commitment from the number one player in the state of Alabama this year. That's the third year in a row they've gotten the number one player in the state of Alabama. That is concerning. It should be. I mean, you lose one of them, you kind of get it. You lose two of them, okay, it's weird, but you kind of get it. You lose three in a row for Alabama and Auburn to get none of them, and they all go to Oregon. That is very, very concerning. So, again, not one of those players, Naheem Alford, didn't necessarily set the world on fire last year, and we'll see what Tank Jones does. But this Hall kid is apparently pretty good and has really shot up most people's charts in terms of recruiting needs. So I'm just wondering how much blame needs to go at the foot of Greg Sankey here, because it's all happening under his watch.
Well, here would be my question for you, Luke. If you're going to put blame on Greg Sankey, then you have to have a he should have done answer. What should he have done?
Well, I think the first thing, now, this is going to be something that I don't know fixes, it certainly doesn't fix everything, but I think it would fix at least one sport. The first thing you do is say, let's take out this ridiculous rule of all of our teams have to play one Power 4 or Notre Dame or not BYU, I guess they're in the Big 12 now, but somebody else who's a good independent whatever. You got to take that rule out for football. The Big Ten's not going to do it. They've already said they're not going to do it. And Indiana has explicitly said, yeah, we're going to schedule the cuppiest of cupcakes, and then we'll play our Big Ten schedule and see how it works out. Now, Indiana was a good team this year. There's no doubt about it. And had they played a non-conference game against, pick a non-conference team, they probably would have beaten them. But it's still a ridiculous hill to climb. As my cohort on Locked on Bama says, Jimmy Stein, he says, it's like everybody's running a marathon and the SEC has chosen to run one uphill. And it makes no sense. This is a rule that the SEC instituted, and we can get rid of it quickly. Just say you don't have to do this anymore. Now, it means you'll sacrifice probably Alabama-Ohio State games, Auburn-Miami games, LSU-Clemson games, all these things that people who look forward to. But what do you want to do? Do you want to win championships, or do you want to play good out-of-conference games?
I think there was a bargaining that didn't happen that should have. And if you'll recall, the SEC was not going to go to non-conference games. But
that's right.
Then we got what we get. We got assurances from the powers that be that strength of schedule is going to matter greatly in the college football playoff decisions. And it turns out that was just a load of garbage. It's number of losses. That's all we're looking at. Number of losses. And then, if you have the same number of losses as somebody, then maybe we'll consider the schedule. But if you lost 3 and they lost 2, I don't care if they played Jack State 13 times. This is the way it is. You lost 3 and they lost 2. And that was when we got snookered on that deal. And now we're at 9. You mentioned it, not just the requirement for the one Power 4, but now we're at 9 conference games to boot. So now you have a minimum 10 games on your schedule if you're an SEC team. Minimum 10 against Power 4 competition, and 9 of those are teams within your own conference, which is the deepest in the country. You're not set up for 11-1 seasons. You're set up for 9-3 seasons.
Yeah, you're set up for several teams at 9-3, and then how do you differentiate when some teams have played a round robin and each has beaten one or the other? And it's going to make it very, very difficult. I just think it's another hurdle for the SEC that just doesn't need to be there. But the other thing that's very concerning is I think we all agree that the SEC has the best access to talent. I mean, California notwithstanding, the SEC has Texas in it, it has Georgia, it has Florida, it has Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana. Per capita, those 3 states are as good as any when it comes to recruiting. So we should, and Memphis and Nashville, we should be absolutely cleaning house. And in fact, we kind of aren't. And I don't know if that's a result of Oregon having an unlimited budget, or Michigan having somewhat of an unlimited budget along with Ohio State. I don't know if that's a result of that, but I know this, that the SEC needs to do something, and we need to get a championship back in something. I'm not necessarily a baseball guy. I actually like softball, but we need to win a championship in one of those two sports for real. If the Big Ten wins baseball and wins softball, God forbid if we have any northern friends what we're going to hear from them.
Well, between Oklahoma, Texas, and Alabama, if we don't win the softball championship, something ain't right.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's what I'm saying, though.
But let me say this, though, on the recruiting side, though, Luke, because here's where Greg Sankey, to me, gets a pass. Because it's not in Greg Sankey's control that Mississippi State does not have a budget big enough to control their state. Ole Miss, to some degree, doesn't have that. Alabama's, I've heard you guys talk about it on Locked On Bama. Alabama plays ball about like the Atlanta Braves play ball, meaning that, yes, we can spend money, but we got to spend it wisely. And no, we can't spend, like what LSU just did, going out and signing a $40 million roster. What did they go 8-4 this year? You've blown the whole thing. So I don't know that I put that at Sankey because he can't control the individual donations that schools are able to bring in.
Well, I think you're right. And look, I'm not sitting here saying that we should blame Sankey. What I'm saying is somebody's going to take the fall. And it feels like it's going to be the commissioner. I mean, somebody's going to be the scapegoat here, or as they say on message boards, a scapegoat. But somebody's got to take the blame for this because, honestly, it's gotten rather embarrassing the way things are for the SEC. And when you go back and look at the NCAA tournament this year and you think about Nebraska beat Vanderbilt, Iowa beat Florida, Michigan, Alabama hung with them for a little bit, but Alabama had the lead at halftime. They still won by 13. They absolutely beat Tennessee's brains in. I mean, it's been a bad run for this league head-to-head. And then when you think about some of the head-to-head games, for instance, Indiana just demolishing Alabama in the Rose Bowl. Michigan has had pretty good luck against SEC teams of late. I mean, it's not been a good run for us, and I'm not used to it, so I'm kind of freaking out because I'm like, hey, I like where we stood, and I like being able to say it just means more here, but if it does just mean more, we're going to start winning some more.
Well, some of it is cyclical, I suppose. I mean, the SEC is on top for that long. There's bound to be some cracks occasionally. I would imagine we will catch ourselves at some point. Luke, we're up against a break. We're way past. Thank you so much for the call.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more Sports Blitz Live right after this.
Thunderbolt Lightfoot at Oscar's Cafe on Highway 49 South in Dadeville, Alabama is looking to see you today. Now, let me tell you, they got great food. They've always had great food all these years. Now, they still got that atmosphere. They still got that service. They still cater. Let me stop right there. 15 to 415 they can handle. So give them a call today at Oscar's, Highway 49 South in Dadeville. 256-825-4827.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Inspired by the bold bison, Southern Union students blaze new trails every single day. They press forward knowing their SU education will lead them to success. Affordable, accessible, and locally unparalleled. Whether you're transitioning to a university or launching straight into a lucrative career, a degree from SU SDC can help you blaze your path. 3 locations, dedicated faculty and staff, endless possibilities. It's all waiting for you at Southern Union. It's time to venture forward. Register today.
S&S Tire is the #1 tire and service dealer in the entire Lake Martin region for reasons. First, S&S works on all makes and models, including imports, and our advanced trained ASE Master Tech can pinpoint and correct problems before they happen. S&S Tire sells by volume, and that allows us to demand the best price on all major brands, including Michelin, Goodyear, and Toyo. Most importantly, S&S Tire and Auto lives, works, worships, and interacts in our home community. S&S Tire, #1 for many reasons, but most importantly, #1 for your satisfaction.
2025 RVs are here. Be the first to see the latest and greatest from your favorite manufacturers and lock in special show pricing at your local Camping World.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sports Blitz Live. Andy and JJ here with you. Final segment on tonight's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. Appreciate Luke and his comments and that conversation. Interesting, it is. Can't argue that Big Ten has risen up, and they have done some good things. But
I do agree with you that it's somewhat cyclical in nature, and the landscape is changing so fast. I mean, we always look at the situation as it is, and we think it's going to be permanent. But this landscape continues to change. They're going to be changes. I do think Greg Sankey could do this. He could go to the other conferences and go, look, I know y'all want to go to 16. Some of you want to go to 24, but we're staying at 12 until you all add a Power 4 opponent to your schedule.
Yeah. I mean, it's so funny.
Uniform scheduling, if you're all going to be judged at the end of the year, uniform scheduling needs to be a thing.
It is so funny, though. I mean, the Big Ten for 5 years just bemoaned every year and whined that, the SEC, it goes an 8 schedule. We do 9-game schedule. And for whatever reason, the SEC, for years they were like, we don't really care. But now we've go. It's like all of a sudden we said, well, we'll show you. We'll not only go to a 9-game schedule, we'll schedule a Power 5 as well.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. Right.
Wait, what? I mean, so it's bizarre, really. All right, back to our list. We'll rank these and close out the show. John Oates, happy birthday today. Hall & Oates, one of the great, what do you call it, soft rock?
No, I just call them like a pop rock.
Pop rock, okay. Yeah. Well, we call them yacht rock nowadays.
I hate that term.
Because I've never owned a yacht. But,
exactly.
All right, some of the greatest songs, everybody knows these. We listed them before Luke called. Give me your top 5 out of those 9 great all-time hits.
All right, I'm going to start at number 5, and I'm going to go with Private Eyes.
Good one, yeah.
And I like that song a lot. Number 4 for me, I'm going to go with Out of Touch.
Okay.
Out of Touch, I believe, is the lead track on the H2O album, if I'm not mistaken, and it's one of my favorites. And by the way, if you ever get a chance to hear him play it acoustically with just the guitars, awesome song that way. Number 3. Is that right? Number 3?
That is right.
Yeah. I Can't Go For That. No Can Do. Great story when Daryl Hall showed up to record We Are the World with Michael Jackson and all those guys.
Yeah.
Michael came up to him. He had never talked to Michael before. Michael said, hey, Daryl, really glad you can make it, and I'm really sorry about I Can't Go For That, and then walked off. He was like, I didn't know what he meant. So I ran into him later, after we'd done some recording, and I said, hey, what do you mean you're sorry about I Can't Go For That? And said, Michael looked at him and said, "Oh, the bass line on Billie Jean, I just stole it straight off. I can't go for that." And then if you listen to it, it's straight off of there, man. Michael wasn't lying.
Wow.
I'm leaving one off here that I really would put on if I were going to do it again, but I'm not. I would go with Sarah Smile at number 2. It's just a beautiful song.
Yes, it is.
And it has meaning. Daryl wrote that for his sister-in-law who was battling cancer.
Wow. Okay.
And then my number 1 would be "You Make My Dreams Come True." That's what they used to close concerts with, and it's a fun song. It's sing-along, and everybody gets happy. Great
That
song.
is a good one. No
right.
question about it.
That's my favorite.
I can't argue with that. I like all those. I mean, I there's something about Man Eater. I like that song. I'd put it in there somewhere, but I'd throw these up, and wherever they fall, that's my order. All right, we only got time for one more. We going Russell Crowe? We going Bobby Bear?
Let's do Russell Crowe.
Okay. Russell Crowe, fine actor.
One of my favorites.
Born on this day, 1964.
Okay.
Aussie. I picked these out.
Yep.
The Quick and the Dead.
Yep.
L.A. Confidential.
Yep.
Great movie, by the way. Gladiator. Great movie, by the way. The Insider.
Yep.
A Beautiful Mind. Master and Commander.
Easily the most underrated Russell Crowe movie.
I would agree. Cinderella Man. Another fine Ron Howard film. And 3:10 to Yuma, a Western in there.
Wonderful Western.
A remake, and maybe better than the original.
Okay. All right, I'll start with my number 5, and I'm going to go with, believe it or not, 3:10 to Yuma.
Okay.
I think that's a very underrated movie.
It's good.
A great movie.
It's good.
My number 4, I'm going to go with A Beautiful Mind. True story and a good one. Ron Howard directed that, I believe.
I think so.
That's right, yeah. My number 3, I'm going to go with Gladiator. My name is Maximus Aurelius, whatever.
Husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered son.
And I will have my revenge in this life or the next. Yeah, great movie.
Yeah, to see him kill Commodus at the end, I mean, that's just great.
Yeah. My number 2, believe it or not, would be Master and Commander. And I don't know if you knew this or not, but I forget which movie magazine, entertainment magazine, said it is the greatest seafaring movie ever made.
Really?
There's been some great seafaring movies, so I'd have to but man, that's a good one.
It is good. Like you said, it's very probably because he's made so many great movies. I think it didn't get what it deserved at the box office.
Agreed. My all-time favorite though is Cinderella Man.
Really?
I am a softie and a sucker, and I cry at least 5 times in that movie. If you've ever been down
again, a true story.
If you've ever been down on your luck, I mean, it's like one of those things. It's like, man, you just one of those things. You got tears in your eyes through the whole thing.
It's a wonder our great grandparents survived. I mean, to be born in and around, lived in the 20s, and it was a hard life.
You know what my grandfather told me about the Great Depression? It wasn't no big deal. I said, what do you mean it's a Great Depression? He goes, we didn't have anything before the end.
Yeah, right.
We didn't have anything when it happened, and we didn't have anything when it was over. So,
yeah. I had a guy at church, he used to say, we were so poor, the tornado came through and did $50 worth of improvement to our house.
My granddaddy liked to say that, he said there ain't no such thing as the good old days. He's like, these are the good old days. Because back in the good old days, Cokes cost a nickel, and I couldn't afford one. He goes, now they cost $1, and I can buy all of them I want.
That's true. L.A. Confidential, tremendous. That's good.
Very good movie.
That's number 1 for me.
I've never seen a bad Russell Crowe movie.
True. Yeah. That's pretty good. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us tonight. Be sure to join us every Tuesday evening. 8 to 10 right here, or 7 to 9. Don't join us 8 to 10. Join us 7 to 9. You'll be an hour late. Yeah. He's JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again soon.
Wintertime in the South is mild compared to other parts of the country, but we still tend to be less active and spend more time indoors. Show your heart some love this winter by getting it checked out at the UAB Heart and Vascular Clinic at Russell Medical. I'm Dr. Kevin Sublett, and our entire clinic is dedicated to keeping your heart healthy. We're right here in your own community and backed by the knowledge and expertise of UAB Medicine. Make an appointment today by calling 256-234-2644 or visit uabmedicine.org/HeartRussell.
Ivy Creek Healthcare is excited to showcase their newest clinic, Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin, located conveniently near the main entrance to Stillwater's on Highway 49 South in Dadeville. Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin is an urgent care with walk-ins welcome. Whether you need lab work, x-rays, or immediate care, find comfort here at Ivy Creek Family Care of Lake Martin. Ivy Creek, here when you need us most. 256-827-5379.